Hi, Stacy here with Bluebird Paper and Thread. Thank you for joining me today. Today is Saturday, November 22nd, 2025. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My channel is on my hobbies. Right now that's primarily cross-stitching, but I am starting to get back into sewing a little bit, and I'm starting to do a tiny little bit of quilting. I also enjoy paper crafting. I like to make greeting cards, gift tags, gift card holders, treat boxes, that kind of thing. If you are returning, thank you for coming back and seeing what I've been up to this week. Okay, so I want to start out. I don't think you can really see it. So a little anecdote. I was watching my reels this week, just, how you go into Facebook and all of a sudden you're down this, rabbit hole. And I saw this video. I had to watch it twice, of all of these video clips of cats like attacking their owners in the middle of the night, or attacking each other on top of the owners in the middle of the night. And I just kind of, I didn't say it out loud. The universe could not have heard me unless they read my mind now. I said, oh, I'm so glad my cats don't do that. Until this morning at 6:30. I don't know what happened, but Chloe jumped on my head and scratched me, drew blood. There's like an inch scratch right here. And here, I mean, look, it's bruised. That's like, I was so irritated. I just wanted 45 minutes extra to sleep this morning. I set the alarm for 7, and at 6:25, all hell broke loose. I don't understand. Of course, I cleaned them very good, and I don't even think you can see it now. But yeah, that's how I was woken up today. And then my sweet dog, is barking at the man that lives catty corner from us, because his dog and Gunner are friends through the fence. They talk to each other a lot. But hackles are up and everything. And I'm, looking, thinking, because sometimes he'll get on the brick wall and he'll trim. No, I don't understand. I'm done. Done with my pets for the week, for the day. And it's, not even noon. Anyways, this week I did not get a whole lot of stitching done. I did get some. Not as much as I think I usually do. I sewed over the weekend, and my arms have been bothering me. So I thought maybe, just maybe, I'm stitching too much. So I kind of pulled back a little bit. I was also working on a secret project that I'm not at liberty to talk about right now. So I had other things kind of pulling my attention this week, but I did make some project bags. I did regular sewing, and I wanted to share those with you. So I had sewn the front panel together on the first two a while ago, and then I ran out of, I didn't have good backing or lining fabrics, so I placed an order, and this is the first time I've been able to sit down and sew. So this is what I had made. I believe this is a charm pack. I think it's Winterberries charm pack. And then this is the backing. And the lining, I did the same fabric, but in a red. I love that red. It's a really bright, cheery red. And then, of course, because I didn't want to sit down and start stitching, I made a bag tag. So super sparkly. And I love it. So yeah, so I did that. And then this one I did as well. And I don't remember the name of this one. Denim and Daisies, maybe. So I made this one. This was the backing, and then the lining is the same. And then, of course, I had to make more of a garden-y themed in the blues bag charm. And then I had this cute fabric charm pack, and I loved it so much that I went ahead and I bought yardage. So I bought the penguins in the pink. Did not do a very good job of ironing it. And the inside is again that red. But I love it. It's a little taller than the others because I added this up here. But other than that, the panel itself is the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 by 6 down, and and 6 across. And then I did a little tag on this one. Charm pull. So that's what I did last weekend, which meant I didn't get my Land That I Love sampler finished, but that's okay because my arms needed a break, and I think it's going to be a finish this week. We'll see. I'm going to stitch most of the afternoon. House is clean. I did that earlier in the week. All I have to do is laundry, and and it's been rainy off and on all week, and it's cloudy today. So I just thought, you know what, sit inside and stitch. You haven't done that in a long time. Take some Advil, your arms will be fine. Anyways, so let's go ahead and start with what I worked on. This project is in another bag made by me. And then that is the charm. I should spread these out and take pictures because they're really hard when they're dangling to see the all of the things that are dangling off. Okay, so Not Forgotten Farm, Little Nick. I was hoping he would be a finish, but he's not. I think he will be this week, though, if I pull him out. I am stitching him on 36 count Cream and Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. And, oh, sorry. And there we go. I am not using the called for floss for his red coat. The called for is 918 red copper dark, and I felt like it was too orange. So instead I'm using Color and Cotton Cherry Cobbler. Versus this one. A lot of reds are this color, and I guess if it's all by itself it looks red, and I know that in nature there's, things that are that red, but I don't think his coat needs to be that red. I just wanted to do something a little more brighter and a little more on the red end of the spectrum. So that's what I did. And I have Cookie Claus here. She's done. So I finished her last week. So my goal with this is to, with these, is to finish them like little dolls that I can just tuck into some kind of a display this Christmas. And I want to have it done this Christmas. So I think, well, maybe I'll finish him. Maybe I'll finish him this today and then work on my sampler tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, so I worked on that, which was exciting. I got the idea my chair is. I asked for a new chair for Christmas. It's in the garage. I don't get it until Christmas. Let's do this one. This is my Sunday sampler piece that, you know, I haven't been stitching on Sunday, but I pull it out and stitch on it on Monday, which is why it's taking a little longer to finish because I don't have as much time on Mondays. But this is by Teresa Kogut, Land That I Love. I am stitching this on a 40 count vintage country mocha linen, and I'm using the called for flosses. 1/2, and we are getting closer and closer and closer. Oh. So this whole border is complete now. So all I have to do is go across the top and make sure that everything down on this side is finished. So honestly, I really do think this could be a finish this week. And if not in one day, then maybe 2. So this might be my focus. Oh, and then, you know what, there's the long weekend coming up. This might actually get done. And how fabulous would that be if I could get that finished by Christmas? Maybe like fully finished. Maybe my husband will buy me a frame for Christmas. He keeps asking, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? I'm like, I don't know. Because I don't. So very close. Hope to get across the finish line this week. Not hope, I will. This is my new Friday focus. I pulled this out last night and started working on it. Winter Garden by Hello from Liz Matthews. I love it, love it, love it. I actually am stitching this on a 28 count Wichelt linen in Artichoke. So it does have a little bit of that green cast to it, but really the flosses look really, really good on it. I was literally falling asleep last night when I was stitching it, so I have a dangling thread. But here's where we're at. It's been a very long time since I pulled this out last. So I added these little doodads right here, and I worked on this star and that flower and the leaves, and then I started in on this one down here. Starburst, snowflake, whatever it is. I do love it. I'm stitching this 2/2 because it's a 28 count. And I don't normally do borders all at once, but this one actually met up perfectly, so I was very excited. This, I believe, was a New Year's Eve 12 by 12 start 2 years ago. Maybe 3. When did this chart come out? 2021. So it was probably 2021, maybe 2022 when I I started this on New Year's Eve. Oh, so it'll be nice to get this one across the finish line. This is my birthday piece from this year. My birthday start. You can see my charms. Happy birthday. And this one is Brenda Gervais, Let It Snow. I wanted something small and something that I might actually be able to get finished this year, if not by winter, like January. And this is stitched on 40 count Snowflurry linen by Live and Dye LA with the called for flosses. And here we go. Also, when I was stitching, I really felt like I was in slow motion. His body is completely stitched and half of his head is done. So I just have a couple more rows of the head, and then I can start filling in with some of the other colors and get it across the finish line. So really, if I work on this weekly, it should be pretty close to being done. I would say by the end of the year, probably have a really good shot. And I'm not sure how I will finish this. I don't really see a pillow finish, but maybe, you know, like a board like this. We'll see how big it is when it's all said and done. Or a paddle, a wooden paddle maybe. That would be cute. Even like framed in a tabletop frame, because I don't think it's going to be super big. I don't know. We'll see. I love the linen. I do feel like it looks like a wintry, snowy sky. Then I pulled out this gem. I started this last year. I bought this as a kit, so it has everything that you see in this photo. It's got the tray, but it's not finished. I have to finish it. And the peppermints and the candy cane, and I think also the little gingerbread man. I would love to get this finished. I think I mentioned last week I want to do gingerbread in my kitchen garden window, and this would be cute up there. If maybe I don't want it to get like damaged with grease and things like that. And you know, I cook Christmas dinner, so it could get a little crazy in there. I am stitching this on 40 count Newcastle linen by Fiber on a Whim in the color Cappuccino. And there we go. So I got the gingerbread part of the house finished. So now I need to do the roof and the snow, the door, the windows, the icing, the little boy gingerbread, and then the trees and stuff around it, and finish it up. We're really close. Really close. Maybe halfway, maybe a skosh less. But I do like it. I love this color fabric too. I think it's really pretty. It's a really good neutral. So I'm glad that I have a nice cut of it, because then I can use it for something else. A nice sampler. So it was fun to get that out. I did pull out Falling. I think it's by Plum Street Samplers. It's the one with the tree and the leaves are falling down. Then you've got the two pilgrims on horseback. I pulled it out and I didn't stitch on it in the morning. And then I looked at it in the evening and I'm like, no. And I pulled out the gingerbread one. I think I'm moving on from fall. I may still work on the Autumn Quaker by Primrose Cottage just because I love it. I would love to get it just done. So I'll probably work on that a little bit. I also pulled out Quaker Christmas Star by Hello from Liz Matthews. I am stitching this on I think it's a 36 count. Flax Linen by Zweigart. And this is how far I got. So I finished the words Merry Christmas. And I started on and almost finished this motif here. So there's just two more motifs and I'll be done. These are the called for flosses. And I changed the color of Merry Christmas to no, I don't think it was 860. I think it's 3831. This one was also going to be stitched in 918 and I didn't want it to be more rust in color. I am going to finish this in the star shape. I'm excited to do that. And I am going to do the beaded trim. And somewhere around here, I have vintage silver beads that are starting to tarnish on the inside. They were my grandmother's from when she made herself hats. And I really want to use those beads. I gotta look for them. I don't know where they are, which makes me a little concerned. Okay, haul. My Floss Fix came in. Classic Colorworks. River Rocks, Roasted Chestnut, Rod and Reel, Root Beer Float, Rose Petal, Rosy Glow. These colors look so good together. Sometimes they look really, really good, and sometimes you're like, ooh, they don't coordinate at all, and they're not supposed to. This is a Stash Builder Club by Fat Quarter Shop. I'm really liking Rose Petal. Really pretty, muted colors. They're going down the alphabet, so I've got those now. Brenda Gervais released Winterberries and Pine, like she restocked. Now she's out of stock. I apologize, but I picked up Winterberries and Pine. I have been wanting this chart since the moment I saw it. I do want to finish it in a pillow format. Stitched on 36 count mushroom linen, and it will finish to 4 by 3 1/4. I wonder if I did a 40 or a 46 count, if it would be really cute on the tree as an ornament. Things to ponder. Okay. I think I spoke last week that I went ahead and did the Jingle Ball, and I bought the kit for the Stacy Nash gingerbread. It has not come in yet. And then I ordered the chart and the class for the for her animal cracker. I don't remember what the animal cracker's name is, but she's a really cute little mouse on ice skates. She has a little pocket. So I went ahead and I ordered the called for fabric from Blackberry Primitives. And this is 36 count old red. Actually, let me pull it out. I haven't even looked at it yet. Ooh, look at that. It's so pretty. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think these might be some of the flosses to stitch her. I don't know. I have these flosses here. And I think it might be for her. I really have to do a better job of, you know, when I'm pulling things, label them while I'm waiting for supplies. So if these are, they look great. So that came in. So if these are the flosses, then I think I'm ready to start her. And then I picked up what I thought was cross stitch fabric, but it's not. But it is a really pretty textured, I don't have my receipt out here. Wool in the color biscuit. Wouldn't that have been a great like cross stitch color? But look at the pattern on this wool. Can you kind of see? It's got a little bit of a pattern. You can see it down here. And I got, you know, a chunk of it because again, I was going to stitch so much on. Now, I love it, and I'm sure I will make good use of it for something. I'm not concerned about that at all. But, you know, pay attention when you're ordering. I do like it. It's a really great wool felt. I like how it has just a little bit of texture to it. Okay, last but not least, I apologize. My husband and I went to this little shopping area, and it has a really big multi-floor antique shop. So you've got like the main level, and then there's like a little upstairs section, and then there's a downstairs section and a sub basement below the basement section. And this is in a really old part of a town here, Whittier, and it's a lot of fun to go through. I don't find a whole lot there, but I did find this time. I mean, I have purchased from them. It's interesting how when you go to antique stores in different areas, how what they offer is different. So this particular antique store does a lot of things from like the 70s and the 80s and maybe the late 60s. Not a lot of the things that I'm interested in, which are things from like the 40s, the 50s, sometimes the 30s. But they do, you know, I always seem to find something, and this is what I found this time. It's probably a new frame, and I don't really care because I do love it. And it's a really pretty green, and then it's got the green little rhinestones at the top and a couple at the bottom. And it was only like $12, and I thought, okay, I'll buy it. And a little crack in the glass, that's okay. I'm thinking a St. Patrick's Day stitch in this. I think it would look really nice. I have something in mind. I don't know if it'll fit, but I might have to buy the right kind of fabric to make it fit. So I picked up that. Sorry, you are getting a glare of everything untidy in my craft room. Okay. I think that's it. Ooh, short video this week. Okay, so this week coming up is Thanksgiving. Have a great Thanksgiving. I don't want to forget to say that at the very, very end of the video. We are going to my cousin's. She is a fabulous cook, and we're going to have a yummy meal. All of the kids, well, both of my kids and their significant others are coming, so I'm really happy for that. It'll be the first time that my son's girlfriend has met what I refer to as the Christmas crew. So it'll be fun. Her family is going away. She has to work the day after Thanksgiving, so she couldn't go away with them. So I'm like, well, of course you're coming with us. Why wouldn't you? So she'll be joining us. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to a few days off. I did not take extra time off. I feel like with the pumpkin patch and being off in the middle of the week, I don't feel like I got a lot done with my regular work. So I just decided I can work for 3 days. It's fine. And now I'm like, oh, I should have taken time off, but I didn't. I took off between Christmas and New Year's because we are the way that we have that scheduled between our actual holiday days that we get. I only had to use 4 vacation days. So yeah, of course I'm going to do that. And I do like that. I'm finding as I'm getting a little older, I really do need a day or two to kind of recuperate because I host Christmas and it's a busy time. So I do find that I need the day after to just, take naps if I want to and clean and, do whatever I want to do. And the fact that I always have 7 days between Christmas and New Year's, but the way that it's worked out on the calendar, I do feel like I will be able to come out here and make some real progress and do some things that I've been kind of wanting to do for a while, and just maybe divide my days up and say this day you're going to do painting, and this day you're going to do secret project stuff, and this day you're going to do stitching, and this day you're going to do sewing, and kind of rotate it through that way. So I don't know. We'll just see how the next couple of weeks pan out. Yeah, other than that, it'll just be stitching, maybe a little sewing, although I'm almost ready to put it up for the for a while. I don't want to say the year because I might pull it out in December and do some sewing. I do want to make a tote bag. Nicole Spohr did a really cute tote bag with a charm pack, and I want to kind of do the same thing. It's been a very long time since I've made myself a bag. That's kind of what I've done. I have a little bit of a following, or had a little bit of a following with bag making, so I'd like to make myself a bigger, like a tote bag, and I'd like to do a couple of them, and I've got one charm pack already here. The other one I did a pre-order for, so I don't know, I just kind of want to sew. I want to work on my quilt from summer of 2024 that the box that Fat Quarter Shop sent out. It's a patriotic quilt, so I want to work on that just because it's been sitting, and I really want, if I'm going to buy pre-cuts, I want to use the pre-cuts. I don't want them sitting around for years and years. Let's use them, enjoy them, give them away, sell them, like whatever it is I'm going to do with them. Um, I'd like to make that a focus. If you have not done so already and you like the content, please take a moment and hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Make sure to share the video, like the video, comment on the video. I do read the comments. I do try to reply. I can't reply to everybody, but I do try to reply. You'll either get acknowledged with the little heart like emoji thing, or I will actually respond to you with a comment. I have fun reading the comments. I feel like I get to know you all a little bit better. Someone did ask in the last video how I did the beading around the pillow. I will say I have a little bit of experience with beading on felt. Not really a peyote stitch, but making like a beaded rosette. I do know how to do that. So I kind of took that knowledge and kind of did my own thing with it. I do think I want to do another beaded finish similar. So what I will do is with one of these that I finish, whichever one I decide that I want to do with that kind of beaded edging where it's right on the edge of the pillow, I will film that and I will post it. But basically what I did is I knotted, I don't even think I used upholstery thread, although you probably could. That would be a really good thing to use. It's nice and strong. But what I did is I just took a heavy duty sewing thread, and I did a nice long length of it, and I doubled it and knotted it at the end, and then I came in right as close to the seam as I could, and then I would put a couple of beads on and then go down, and I would lay the beads flat and then go down, and then I would come back up to where I started and come up and go through the beads a second time. About halfway through that pillow, I realized that some of my beads were like popping up a little. So I thought, well, what if I do that 2 or even 3 beads down, and then if I go back, not where I strung the beads on, but 1 bead before that, and go up that way, and then through 3 or 4 beads, and then back down. That kind of tightened everything up and let it lay a little flatter. So that's what I did. And then to help with, the first half of the pillow, I went through and just randomly put extra stitches in to make it lay a little flatter. And I'm really happy with it. The beads are very secure. Sure, the thread could break, but honestly, these are pillows that are sitting around. They're not being played with. They're getting packed away at the end. They're not out all year round. So that's how I did it. I did watch a beading tutorial by Ct Strachan. I think that's her name. And she used a really thin gauged wire. And then I think she called it couching, where she strung a couple of beads, several beads on, and then she took her thread and I think she used upholstery thread. I'm not 100% sure. And she did where she would go through the underside of the seams and come up, like if you do a ladder stitch to close, and then come up, go over the wire that in between the beads and tack it down. And she did that every 2 or 3 beads. So it's kind of the same thing that I did. I just did mine with floss, and I didn't tack it down. I literally sewed them in 2 or 3 to the pillow. That's all. I, again, like I said, I will, one of the things that I'm working on, when I finish it, I will pick one to do a beaded edging, and we'll walk through it. I'll do a tutorial on how I did it. I will link Katie's video down below so you can go check it out. Her stuff is gorgeous. She does such a good job. I really want to know, like, where she gets her inspiration from. I feel like she's an art history major, textile something. It's just, you've got to watch, if you don't already, you've got to watch her videos. She's just very sweet, and her things are gorgeous, gorgeous. So I will link her below, and I'll try to find that video too, and I'll link that video specifically. Okay, that's it. Again, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification video or notification bell, and I think that is it. Until next time, happy stitching. Bye.